This technical session is based on the theme of Power and Energy Engineering and will be chaired by Mr. Anura Vijaypala, Chairman, National Engineering Research Centre, Sri Lanka. Ladies and gentlemen, I take this opportunity to give you a brief introduction on Mr. Anura Vijaypala. Mr. Anura Senanayaka Vijaypala graduated from University of Madatuwa in 1991, specializing in electrical engineering. He has over 20 years of experience in the electrical engineering industry in Sri Lanka. He has worked as a factory manager at Lanka Transformers Limited, diesel power plant manager at Lakdanavi Limited, and manager hydropower at Nividu Private Limited. Before joining the Department of Electrical Engineering of the University of Madatuwa in year 2006 as a senior lecturer. While serving the university as a senior lecturer, he worked as Vice Chairman of Ceylon Electricity Board from May 2011 to January 2013. He has also served as member of the board in Sri Lanka Engineers Private Limited, Trincomalee Power Company Private Limited, and Lanka Coal Company Private Limited. He is a fellow of the Institution of Engineers, Sri Lanka, and International Professional Engineer. Presently, he is the Chairman of National Engineering Research and Development Centre of Sri Lanka. Sir, let me have the honour of inviting you to the chair this session.
Thank you for the kind introduction. And we are gathered up here today, this morning, to listen to four eminent speakers on electrical and power engineering and energy related topics. I find four interesting topics to be presented and discussed today. And it's a very opportune time in the country, because I saw in the papers very recently that we are the second highest electrical tariff in the world, just below Italy. So I think there's something wrong in the sector. So it is high time that we take up these issues and discuss and arrive at a suitable course of action to correct ourselves if there are anything wrong with the past courses, right? So this morning we have four presentations. And the first presentation will be done by Professor Ranjit Perera on the topic optimizing energy output at Canyon Hydropower Station, which is a case study, followed by a second presentation by Engineer S. Bogahavatta on hydropower from existing irrigation reservoirs in Sri Lanka. And third presentation on analysis of power quality issues due to the proposed solar power plants in Hambantota, presented by Mr. M.D. Ratnasiri. And fourth presentation on analysis of thermal effectiveness in Sri Lankan context, a research based on vertical greeneries of multi-storied buildings, which will be presented by Sub-Lieutenant M.C.L. Piris and Pilot Officer S.L. Samarasinghe. Okay. Let me briefly introduce our speakers this morning. We have very eminent speakers. And the first presentation will be done by Professor Ranjit Perera. And it's my pleasure to introduce Professor Ranjit Perera. He is one of my best friends. And Professor Ranjit Perera graduated from University of Moratuwa, I think a long time back, maybe 20-30 years back. And then he has done his doctoral degree at Aachen University of Technology in Germany. And subsequently he has been in Germany many times on his sabbatical leave and other applications, serving different organizations there. And then he is a professor since 2004, and presently he is a senior professor at Department of Electrical Engineering, University of Moratuwa, and he served as the Director General of Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka for about 2 years or so, and he is presently the chairman of Arthur C. Clarke Center. So he is a very senior person in our field of electrical engineering, and in the country and in the government. So the first presentation will be done by him, and second presentation okay. Then I will introduce the second presenter when the presentation comes. So I invite Professor Ranjit Perera to start his presentation. And I will remind that the timing is 15 minutes for each presenter. I am sure that all of you will stick to that, so that we can conclude the session at the correct time.
Thank you very much, Anura. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As mentioned by the chairman, I am going to talk about optimizing energy output at Canyon Hydropower Station. This presentation is co-authored by Mr. Indika Kuruppu, electrical engineer from CEB. Okay, we are now facing the challenge of providing affordable and clean energy and electricity to the nation to support its development, both economic and social development. When a country develops, the basket of electricity in the end user energy basket, the percentage of electricity in the end user energy basket increases. So we are at the very beginning of the development, and this will gradually increase to larger levels when we go ahead in our development. But right now, over 50% of our electricity is generated using primary energy imported, spent in foreign exchange. Now, to rank the different technologies used for electricity generation, I take 3 indicators. The first one is affordability, which indicates the cost of production. Now, if you take that indicator, hydro is doing the best. Cost of production per kilowatt hour is the lowest in hydro. Coal and nuclear come next to that, but still significantly higher than that of hydro. Okay, people discuss which is cheaper, whether nuclear or coal, but they are almost equally expensive. And solar is the most expensive out of this set, and petroleum come before that. And as the second indicator, let me take the security, in which we look at the impact of global politics in energy prices and possible escalations and possible supply bottlenecks and so on. Even in that, hydro is doing the best, because hydro is a local resource. We import only some hardware and equipment for the construction, and after that we can continue to generate without depending on inputs from the global economy. And as the third indicator, let me take sustainability. If I take that, even there, hydro is doing the best, because it is not emitting carbon dioxide or any other greenhouse gases polluting the environment. And you see, in all these 3 key indicators, hydro is doing best. Now, we were lucky to have enough hydro generation prior to 90s. Almost 90% of our electricity, 95% of our electricity came from hydro generation at that time. But gradually, we had to move to thermal, mainly petroleum-based, and now coal-based. If I take the average of last 4 years, from 2010 to 2013, 44.5% of the total energy generated came from hydro. And that percentage is gradually going down, because thermal power is taken over.